Let me tell you something about love that most people don't understand. Real love does not need a microphone. Real love does not need announcements. And real love does not need constant talking. When a man is truly in love with you, you won't have to guess, decode, or translate his behavior. His love will show up in the quiet moments, in the way he moves, in the choices he makes when nobody is watching. Consistency is one of the clearest and most reliable ways a man shows he is truly in love, especially when words are absent. Anyone can be present when it feels good, when emotions are high, or when the situation benefits them. But love reveals itself over time in patterns, not moments. A man who is in love does not show up only when it is convenient or when he is bored. He shows up because you matter to him, because being there for you is not an obligation, but a priority he chooses repeatedly. His behavior becomes steady, predictable, and dependable, and that consistency creates emotional safety without him needing to say a single word. When a man is in love, you'll notice that his effort does not fluctuate based on his mood or circumstances. He does not disappear when work gets stressful, when life becomes complicated, or when responsibilities pile up. Instead, he finds ways to stay connected. Even in his busiest moments, he makes sure you are not left wondering where you stand. Consistency does not mean constant attention. It means reliable presence. It means he checks in, follows through on promises, and shows up when he says he will. These actions silently communicate respect and care far more clearly than verbal reassurance ever could. Consistency also shows in how he treats you emotionally. A man in love does not create emotional highs and lows that leave you confused or anxious. He does not pull you close one day and push you away the next. His affection does not come with conditions. You are not rewarded with attention when you behave a certain way or punished with silence when you don't. Love does not operate on unpredictability. Love is stable. When his behavior remains consistent, you feel calm, grounded, and secure in the relationship, even during difficult moments. Another way consistency reveals love is through follow through. A man who loves you does what he says he will do. If he promises to call, he calls. If he commits to plans, he honors them. If he offers support, he provides it. His words and actions align naturally, not because he is trying to impress you, but because integrity matters to him. Over time, you stop questioning his sincerity because his actions answer every doubt. That alignment builds trust, and trust is one of the strongest indicators of genuine love. Consistency also shows up in his emotional availability. A man who is in love does not avoid conversations or shut down when emotions are involved. He does not disappear when vulnerability is required. Instead, he remains present. Even when discussions are uncomfortable, he may not always have perfect answers, but his willingness to engage, listen, and stay involved shows commitment. Emotional consistency tells you that he is not only physically present, but also mentally and emotionally invested. You will also notice consistency in how he treats you in different environments. He is the same with you in private as he is in public. His respect does not change depending on who is around. He does not hide you, downplay your importance, or act distant when others are present. His behavior remains steady because his feelings are real. A man in love does not compartmentalize you. He integrates you into his life naturally and consistently. Consistency becomes especially clear during difficult times. Anyone can show affection when everything is going well, but love reveals itself in challenges. When you are stressed, tired, emotional, or vulnerable, a man in love does not pull away. He leans in. He may not always know exactly what to do, but he makes the effort to be there. His presence during hard moments speaks volumes. It tells you that his love is not conditional on ease or comfort. Over time, consistency creates a sense of emotional safety that words cannot replicate. You stop second guessing. You stop analyzing messages or questioning intentions. You stop feeling like you need to earn his attention. His steady behavior allows you to relax into the relationship and be yourself. That safety is one of the greatest gifts a man can offer when he is truly in love. It is important to understand that inconsistency is not confusion, it is information. When a man's actions fluctuate, when effort comes and goes, when promises are broken repeatedly, it is not a communication problem, it is a clarity problem. Consistency is not about perfection, it is about intention. A man who is in love may make mistakes, but his overall behavior remains aligned with care, respect, and effort. Consistency also shows growth. A man who loves you learns from conflicts and adjusts his behavior. He does not repeat the same hurtful patterns without accountability. He wants the relationship to feel safe and strong for both of you. That willingness to grow is another silent expression of love. It shows that he values the relationship enough to improve himself for it. In the absence of words, consistency becomes a language of its own. It reassures without explanation. It comforts without promises. It proves love without declarations. When a man is in love, his consistent actions create a foundation you can stand on. You do not need constant validation because his behavior answers your questions daily. Love that is consistent does not overwhelm, it steadies. It does not confuse, it clarifies. It does not come and go, it stays. When a man shows up reliably, honors his commitments, and maintains emotional presence over time, he is showing love in its most authentic form. Without saying a word, his consistency tells you everything you need to know. When a man is truly in love, prioritizing you does not feel forced or negotiated. It happens naturally, almost instinctively. You do not have to ask him to make time for you, remind him of important dates, or explain why you deserve attention. His actions show that you matter because he adjusts his life to include you without resentment or resistance. Love moves through behavior, and when you are a priority, it shows in the way he organizes his time, energy, and focus. This kind of prioritization speaks louder than words because it reflects genuine desire, not obligation. A man who prioritizes you makes room for you in his daily life. No matter how busy he is, he finds moments to connect. It may be a call, a message, or simply checking in to see how your day is going. These gestures are not grand or dramatic. They are consistent and thoughtful. They show that you are present in his mind even when you are not physically together. Prioritization is not about constant contact, but about intentional presence. You feel considered, remembered, and valued without having to demand it. When you are a priority, you are not competing with everything else in his life. Work, friends, hobbies, and responsibilities exist, but they do not push you to the background. He balances his commitments in a way that honors the relationship. He does not make you feel like an afterthought or an option. Instead, you feel included. Plans are made with you in mind. Decisions are not taken without considering how they affect you. That level of awareness shows emotional maturity and genuine care. A man who prioritizes you also shows it through responsiveness. He does not ignore you for long periods without explanation. He does not leave you wondering where you stand. Even when he cannot be available immediately, he communicates in a way that reassures you. This kind of behavior reflects respect for your feelings and time. It tells you that he understands the importance of emotional connection and does not take it lightly. Prioritization also appears in how he handles challenges. When issues arise, a man in love does not avoid them. He addresses problems because the relationship matters to him. He is willing to have uncomfortable conversations, make adjustments, and find solutions. Ignoring problems may feel easier in the moment, but prioritizing love means choosing growth over avoidance. His willingness to invest effort during difficult times is a silent declaration of his commitment. Another way prioritization shows is through support. A man who loves you pays attention to what matters to you and shows up for it. He encourages your goals, celebrates your achievements, and supports you during setbacks. He listens when you talk about your dreams, fears, and challenges. He may not always have answers, but his presence and encouragement show that he is invested in your happiness. When a man prioritizes you, he wants to see you succeed, not just for your sake, but because your joy matters to him. Being a priority also means being protected from unnecessary stress. A man in love does not intentionally put you in situations that cause anxiety or confusion. He is mindful of how his actions affect you. He does not play games with your emotions or use silence as a tool for control. His behavior reflects care and consideration. He wants the relationship to feel safe and stable, not unpredictable or exhausting. You will also notice prioritization in how he introduces you into his world. A man who values you does not keep you separate from his life. He allows you to meet the people who matter to him. He speaks about you with respect. He includes you in conversations about his plans and his future. This inclusion is a powerful sign of love because it shows he sees you as part of his life, not just a temporary presence. Prioritization is consistent over time. It is not limited to the beginning of a relationship or moments of excitement. It continues through routine, challenges, and growth. A man who prioritizes you does not stop making an effort once he feels secure. He understands that love requires ongoing attention. His actions remain aligned with care, respect, and intention even when the relationship becomes familiar. It is important to recognize that prioritization does not mean perfection. A man can make mistakes, get distracted, or misjudge situations, but when you are a priority, those moments are followed by accountability and effort to do better. He takes responsibility for his actions and works to maintain balance. That accountability reinforces trust and emotional security. When a man prioritizes you without being asked, it creates a sense of peace. You do not feel the need to compete, compare, or question your worth. His behavior reassures you naturally. You feel seen, chosen, and valued. This piece is one of the clearest indicators of love because it allows you to relax into the relationship instead of constantly evaluating it. Love that prioritizes does not shout. It shows up quietly in everyday actions. It is in the way he makes Tim. He listens, supports, and includes you. These actions form a pattern that speaks clearly. You matter. Without saying a word, his choices reveal the depth of his feelings. When a man prioritizes you naturally, it is one of the strongest, most authentic signs that he is truly in love. When a man is truly in love, protection becomes instinctive rather than performative. He does not announce it, exaggerate it, or turn it into a display. It shows quietly in the way he treats you, the way he speaks to you, and the way he guards your emotional well-being. Emotional and physical protection are not about control or dominance. They are about care, awareness, and responsibility. A man in love feels accountable for your sense of safety, peace, and dignity, and that accountability guides his actions without him needing to say a single word. Emotional protection is often the clearest indicator of love because it requires empathy. A man who loves you is mindful of your feelings. He does not dismiss them, minimize them, or make you feel foolish for having them. When something hurts you, he pays attention. He listens not to argue or defend himself, but to understand. He may not always respond perfectly, but his intention is to protect the emotional bond rather than damage it. He chooses his words carefully, knowing they can either heal or harm. A man who protects you emotionally does not create unnecessary insecurity. He does not flirt openly with others to provoke jealousy. He does not hide things that would cause doubt. He does not leave you guessing about his intentions. His transparency becomes a form of protection. He understands that emotional safety comes from clarity and honesty, and he values your peace more than his ego. This kind of behavior builds trust naturally and allows the relationship to feel stable rather than tense. Protection also appears in how he speaks Abu to you when you are not present. A man in love defends your name in rooms you will never enter. He does not allow others to disrespect you, joke at your expense, or question your value. He corrects misunderstandings and stands firm when it comes to your dignity. You may never hear about these moments, but they matter deeply because they reveal his character. Respect in your absence is one of the strongest silent signs of love. Physical protection is not about aggression or control. It is about awareness and care. A man who loves you pays attention to your comfort and safety. He notices when you are tired, unwell, or overwhelmed. He adjusts his behavior to make you feel secure. This can be as simple as walking you to your car, making sure you get home safely, or being attentive in unfamiliar environments. These gestures are not dramatic, but they communicate a deep sense of responsibility. Protection also extends to boundaries. A man in love does not put you in situations that compromise your values or comfort. He respects your limits and defends them, even when others challenge them. He does not pressure you into decisions or situations that make you uneasy. Instead, he stands with you. This respect shows that he values your well-being above his own desires, which is a powerful expression of love. Emotional protection also means being reliable during difficult times. When you are vulnerable, stressed, or hurting, a man in love does not withdraw. He stays present. He offers reassurance through his actions. He listens, supports, and provides stability. Even when he does not have solutions, his willingness to stay engaged shows that he is committed to your emotional safety. Love is not proven in perfect moments, but in how someone responds to imperfection and pain. A man who loves you also protects the relationship itself. He does not entertain behavior or people that threaten a bond. He is conscious of the choices he makes and how they affect the connection between you. He understands that trust, once broken, is difficult to repair, and he values the relationship enough to protect it proactively. This awareness reflects maturity and genuine investment. Protection can also be seen in how he helps regulate conflict. A man in love does not escalate arguments unnecessarily. He does not use your vulnerabilities against you. He does not bring up past mistakes to win a disagreement. Instead, he seeks resolution. He wants peace more than being right. This approach protects both your emotions and the relationship as a whole. Another subtle form of protection is encouragement. A man who loves you wants you to grow and succeed. He supports your goals and reminds you of your strengths when you doubt yourself. He does not feel threatened by your independence or achievements. Instead, he stands beside you, offering confidence and reassurance. This support protects your self-esteem and reinforces your sense of worth. Protection is also shown in consistency. A man who loves you does not come and go unpredictably. He understands that inconsistency creates anxiety and insecurity. By being reliable, he protects your emotional stability. You know where you stand, and that clarity allows you to relax into the relationship. Ultimately, protection in love is about care in action. It is about choosing behaviors that safeguard your heart, your peace, and your dignity. These actions are often quiet and unannounced, but they carry immense weight. When a man protects you emotionally and physically, he is showing love in its most genuine form. He is communicating without words that your safety and well-being matter to him deeply. And that kind of love speaks louder than anything he could ever say. When a man is truly in love, he invests in you in ways that go far beyond words, gestures, or temporary effort. His love shows in where he places his time, how he uses his energy, and whether he sees you as part of his future. Investment is one of the clearest silent signals of love because people always invest in what they value. A man may say many beautiful things, but his true feelings are revealed by what he is willing to build, protect, and commit to over time. Love without investment is just emotion. Love with investment is intention. Time is the first and most honest currency a man gives when he is in love. He chooses to spend meaningful time with you, not just when it suits him, but consistently. He does not only appear when he wants comfort or affection, he plans moments with you. He creates space in his life for connection. Even during busy seasons, he ensures that the bond does not fade. This does not mean constant togetherness. It means intentional presence. His time with you feels focused, not rushed or distracted, and that attention communicates how important you are to him. Effort is another form of investment that reveals love without words. A man who is in love puts effort into understanding you, supporting you, and improving the relationship. He listens carefully. He remembers details that matter to you. He adjusts his behavior when he realizes something hurts you. effort is visible in the small, repeated actions that show he cares. It is in the way he checks in, follows through, and stays engaged even when the relationship requires work. Love that invests effort does not fade when challenges arise, it deepens. A man who loves you also invests emotionally. He allows himself to be vulnerable with you. He shares his thoughts, fears, and aspirations. Emotional investment requires courage because it involves risk. But a man in love is willing to take that risk. He does not keep you at a distance or guard his heart completely. Instead, he lets you see who he truly is. This openness builds intimacy and trust, creating a bond that words alone cannot form. Financial and practical investment can also be a sign of love, though it is not about extravagance or spending money. It is about responsibility and contribution. A man in love thinks about stability and partnership. He is mindful of how his choices affect the relationship. He may help plan or support in ways that reflect long-term thinking. These actions show that he sees the relationship as something worth sustaining and nurturing. Future investment is perhaps the strongest indicator of love. When a man includes you in his vision of tomorrow, he is expressing commitment without saying it outright. He talks about plans, goals, and possibilities that involve you. He considers your needs and desires when making decisions about his life. This does not mean rushing or making promises he cannot keep. It means acknowledging your place in his future. A man who avoids thinking ahead or keeps his plans separate is not fully invested, no matter how affectionate he may seem in the present. Consistency in investment matters more than intensity. A man in love does not invest heavily one moment and disappear the next. His effort remains steady over time. He understands that love is built through daily actions, not occasional grand gestures. This steady investment creates a sense of security and reliability that allows the relationship to grow naturally. Investment also shows in how he handles obstacles. A man who loves you does not walk away at the first sign of difficulty. He works through challenges. He seeks solutions. He takes responsibility for his part. This willingness to stay and work is a powerful demonstration of love. It shows that he values the relationship enough to protect it. A man in love also invests in your growth. He encourages your ambitions, supports your development, and celebrates your achievements. He does not feel threatened by your success. Instead, he sees it as something to be proud of. This support reflects a deep respect for who you are and who you are becoming. Ultimately, love is revealed through what a man is willing to build with you. Investment is not about perfection or constant effort. It is about intention and commitment. When a man invests his time, energy, and future into you, he is showing love in its most authentic form. His actions communicate that you are not temporary, not optional, and not replaceable. Without saying a word, his investment tells you that you matter deeply and that he is serious about being part of your life.